welcome to Deep Heights. My name is Deborah. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to do a spirit walk, or we're going to do a spirit walk together. This is a general message. If this message has found you, it's for you. So I have a spread that I've created and I've got it laid out, and I'll pick the cards up as they become relevant, and we'll clarify this message with some other oracle decks and maybe with tarot as we go through it. And I spent a few minutes kind of meditating on this energy and feeling it out. So let's get started. So we have you showing up as the Tower. Here, get this off the screen. Great change, upheaval, unexpected. This can mean many things, but the Tower is out with the old, and it's very unexpected. And here we have a chameleon. Let's talk about chameleons in general. You know, they are a little lizard, right? A little chameleon, and they're able to change. Their quality is their ability to change their skin to blend in, right? To blend into their surroundings. And you're in the ruins. I feel like you have experienced something very unexpected that has shifted your whole world. Okay? And this is where you are. So let's keep in mind this idea about this chameleon energy, about blending in. And where do we want to blend in? Because that's the theme here. This is the message. All right. So, and what we want to release, the energy that we want to release as we are here in the Tower, is this Ace of Wands here. This Aries energy, this Ram of creation, of I, me. We want to release this. And what we're wanting to embrace is justice, adjustment. Which is very interesting because when we're in this moment of the Tower, okay, you are here in this moment of the Tower. You don't want to create anything new. We want to have time for things to settle, to recalibrate, right? We don't want to start picking up the pieces to try to build something new out of something that's broken, because it's broken for a reason. Nothing happens in life by chance. Nothing. It hurts us, it shakes us, it destroys us, it changes us, indefinitely, irrevocably. Our very essence is changed when the Tower comes crashing down. This is huge. It's very important. So, as we release this energy of this Ace of Wands energy, of wanting to pick up the pieces again and create anew, what we need to embrace, what you need to embrace here, is adjustment. Right? Those look like, I want to call them dandelions there. I don't think that they're dandelions. They could be daisies. But you see the angle that they're at. And when you look at the card, like when I'm looking at this card here, this would be the first house of Aries and the seventh house of Libra. Here, this balance in between Mars and Venus, this energy. Because Mars is involved in the Tower. Mars and Saturn here in this energy. And I said, you have this Mars energy, this Aries of headstrong, creating, going against, being forceful. No, this is my will. I want to build. No, this was mine. Whatever this tower was, it was mine, and I had built it. And no, you need to let that go. And balance the Mars and the Venus energy. These houses of adjustment. Now, getting to adjusting, right? This energy of adjustment and adaptability, becoming your surroundings. Okay, we could get confused in that because no, we don't want to create new out of the rubble. But we also don't want to identify with the rubble and the ruins because we are not that, It is a circumstance that does not define you. It's not the definition of you. Okay? So as we adjust and perhaps consider why this is happening. Why has this happened? Okay. Let's get into what we can't see. What you can't see here about yourself. What's hidden from you. It's the Eight of Swords. Being completely stuck and imprisoned. Maybe that's why you're in the Tower moment. Because there's something that you need to realize and move away from. Because the eights are about being stuck. You know, this is an 8. Up and down on this mental roller coaster. This little mouse here, this little field mouse, it's making you feel small, and you don't realize that whatever circumstance or situation that you've been in has made you feel small. At the split of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. Great emotional disappointment, sorrow, sadness. What you thought was making you happy was not, did not, because it has come crashing down, whatever that may be. Even your own self, your own identity with yourself, how you identify yourself. Okay. So let's talk about something that you need to face, because what you can't see that needs to be faced is the Eight of Swords, being stuck in this. But what you know, okay, what's directly in your face is a Two of Discs, this energy here. Little by little, adjusting small steps. Jupiter in Capricorn is the Two of Discs. Expansion, growth, learning, knowing that there's a time to grow and a time to shed the skin. You know, it's a constant process. Maybe we're always in a Tower moment in some way, on some level, with realizations. Hopefully not, but here in the background of this, we have scales. There's a crystal on each one of those scales. And you see how on this side, it's weighing down a little bit heavier. And we've got the kangaroo jumping. You know, like that's him. The scales represent this being. So he jumps. So it becomes lighter and it can even out, right? Again, we have where it looks like it's in the end of the first house and the end of the 7th house, like on the cusp going from Taurus to Scorpio. From the 2nd to the 8th house. Interesting. Adjustment, change, moving. Now, what you have above you, okay, above you and in your foundation, above you we have the sun, which couldn't be a better, more appropriate place for this type of energy. Because if a lizard is cold-blooded, right, it needs the sun to shine and the warmth to reveal itself. Okay. After the Tower, we need the light. The clouds are parting, the clouds are clearing, the rubble, you know, we need to let the smoke clear. Smoke needs to clear. It has this hummingbird energy, this Virgo energy here, of wisdom, of health, taking care of yourself through this process. And in your foundation, we have the King of Swords, the ability to see clearly, to make good decisions. So above, we have the sun, and below we have the King of Swords, and he's depicted as a lion. He's still, he's calm. He's observing, being an observer of his life, your life, right? It's a masculine energy, very logical. Very nice energy. You're very supported all around you, even though you're in this very difficult circumstance. Within, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the sacred buffalo energy, the strength. So within you, I feel like you've experienced this before. Like this isn't your first tower. This isn't your first tower. And not only that, is that whatever you do, whatever gifts that you are endowed with, whatever skills you have, they're manual, they're done with your hands, and you're very gifted. The Eight of Pentacles is Sun in Virgo. It's talking about how we have the, I always see a hummingbird as Virgo energy. It's very fast, ruled by Mercury. It moves, it's very fast, but it's very precise. And it's kind to nature. The hummingbird doesn't destroy the flowers that it extracts its nectar from, you know. You have a perseverance, you have a strength and strong will to get through this. It's a heavy load can be carried here, can get through any obstacles. And in your external environment, we have the Ace of Cups. Oh, Viaggio. Baby tortoise. I'm sorry, the people in my house are disgusting. Staying temporarily at my parents'. Excuse my father. Anyway, we have the Ace of Cups in your external environment. Obviously, I do not. I have the Tower in mine. That's funny. But it's about happiness, you know, this card, happiness and abundance all around you. So, despite you embodying this energy of the Tower, maybe you are being destructive in your own life, you know, but you have a lot of support for you, and there are things that you need to see clearly. Advice from Spirit, from your own soul. You have the Love, the Six, which is the Lover's card, and the Queen of Swords. Coming back into healthy alignment with yourself and spirit. There are two wolves here. This is self-love. This is loving yourself. This is running with your own soul, with your own spirit, taking care of it, deciding that this is where I'm going to put my love and my focus because it's healthy. I'm not going to make toxic choices anymore. You know, I've learned my lesson here. I'm going to listen to my body. Bats are very sensitive. They're very, very body sensitive. You know, this has to do with psychic ability, seeing things from different perspectives, but being led by instinct, by feeling. Let's talk about what's toxic. What's toxicity as opposed to sanity, sanitization, and health. You know, toxicity, toxic behavior, toxic traits is when you know something isn't good for you, but you're still wanting to do it anyway. You're still drawn to it anyway. You know it's not good for you. You know it's harming you, harming your health. Talking about this Virgo, this health energy card. Here. You're harming yourself, this behavior. Putting things in your body doing things that you know aren't good for you. People, relationships, work, love, whatever it is. Family. And health. You know, what is something that's of service? Again, let's go back to this Virgo. You may have Virgo heavy in your chart. When you talk about, you know, relationships or situations that serve you, it's for your health, beneficial to your health, right? Is it helping you maintain homeostasis in your body, your functions, your thought patterns, your biorhythms? You know, are you healthy in your body? Are you suffering, or are you suffering from disease, pain, stagnation? Anais Nin, when we lie to ourselves, the whole body revolts, and you're in disease. You're toxic. You're unhealthy. Does that look like an image of anything that's unhealthy to you? Love, self-love. This requires discipline as well to make the right decisions and the right choices. It's much easier to go the easy way. Which way are you going to go? In older cards, there's one masculine and there are two feminines. Like, so we have a healthy masculine energy that we have within all of us. And which way of being the feminine archetype are we going to choose? Are we going to choose health or toxicity? Are we going to choose life or death? Creation or destruction? This is creation. And this is what Spirit's asking from you with this Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is sharp. She suffered a lot of pain, sorrow. She's a widow. Maybe I'm speaking to a man who has lost a wife, but I'm calling her a widower. This would be that feminine within you, or just simply represent someone that you've lost. She will use her sword to cut away falsity and dead weight, and it hurts. It's painful. So if you make that decision, if you have to step into that, because we have the King and the Queen of Feathers, this King and Queen of Swords energy here around you, and the Lover's card, which is air, this Gemini, mutable air, changing your mind in this Tower, making the right decisions to where you're not constantly changing to suit other people, because when we change to suit other people, let's talk about Anais Nin again. When we lie to ourselves, the whole body revolts. Are you lying to yourself? And is that why Tower moment is happening? Why you are the Tower moment? Because this card is showing up in your position. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. Below that, we have the Magician. Deeper, we have the Ten of Swords. Shedding skin. It's the end, a betrayal. Did the serpent betray Eve in the garden, talking about the feminine? Is the serpent feminine? It's Lilith. Was she betrayed in the garden? Do we betray ourselves when we make the wrong choice? When we fall to temptation? When someone else falls to temptation? Stabs you in the back? Your Tower moments and your choices affect other people. The choices you make in life affect others. No getting around that. There's an end here. We have the Fool. At the split, we have the Five of Cups coming into the Fool. Leaving this energy behind. This is like a little lightning bug. This new light above from the sun. Better choices next time. Making better choices next time. Doing no harm. What you know that needs to be done here is this Two of Pentacles energy. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. I would advise perhaps against making big jumps and big decisions. Begin the journey, okay? Build again, but do it practically and in small steps. Whatever the situation may be. Because after the Fool, we have the Magician. And above his head is the Lemniscate. The knowledge, the lesson learned, the lesson gained. You're being encouraged to create again. But don't do it from the ruins. Don't, or if you must build from the ruins, because I guess we are always building from the ruins. Or we're creating it new. But do it better. build it better this time. Okay. The first time I'm reading this spread, so I'll get better at it. This is definitely about making better decisions and seeing the sacral chakra here. The orange flower of life supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. But, and it's 2, which is the high priestess. Discernment below that, which is 20. Having learned your lesson, this orange color, 220. Interesting. Okay. I knew it when okay. So we have the root chakra here. Back to the foundations of who we are. This red, this Mars, of what needs to be released. If it doesn't have strong foundations, if you don't have strong roots, or from the seed even, the root we talk about, the root chakra, maybe it starts with the seed, and the Ace of Wands is a seed. The Ace of Acorns. Ram, Mars, red. Where are you moving from? What is your intention with your seed? Compassion at the split. Are you seeking to manipulate nature? How are you planting your seeds? Because this is a green energy. This Venusian energy again. Calm, with, passion. Passion is also suffering. Because you know what it's like to have suffered. You know what it's like to have had a tower. So when you go to, but we talk about having compassion for others, but we also have to have compassion for ourselves. Be kind to others, do no harm, but also do no harm to yourself. It's 15. Devil card. Saturn. The suffering. Saturn is exalted in Libra. Talking about what you need to embrace is this justice here. This adjustment. Because you've had the experience. There's the crow there. The crows traverse both worlds of the underworld. They are messengers about balance. The tower comes after the devil card. And after the tower is the star, healing. Just as unexpected as the tower is, we have Uranus with the star. What I know. It's unexpected as well. So, anyway. Looking at what planets you have in the first house, the ruler of your chart, your rising sign, here I think could be important, play a part here. Whatever planet is ruling your chart. Or if you have planets, a heavy first house. Very me oriented, which is fine. We want to have a will. It's important. But the way that we go about it, authenticity, this also speaks to me of authenticity. Because if we're constantly adjusting ourselves to fit into the world of another, talking about Anais Nin again, she said, if I wouldn't have built my own world or created my own world, I surely would have died. And others. You must create your own world. Your own seed. And do it authentically. Mars is the warrior. Your will. feel like really it's the do no harm here with this war, this balancing of Venus and Libra, you know, of Mars needs to look to adjustment, to look to Libra, to look to Venus for peace, a little bit of peace, of love, of compassion. Mars is red and Venus is green, and together they make brown, the dirt, the root. You know, and when they come together, they can create a fertile soil. So whatever you grow is going to last, you know, and what you're wanting to grow is your own self. So it's not destroying, you know. An inauthentic life is not going to last, especially when you have the soul. You know, your soul, you're insulting your soul. And I was thinking about something the other day that's like, I wonder if the soul can elect to leave the body for the spirit or whatever it's with you, you know, the personality. The soul's like, yeah, I'm out. I'm not doing this with this person anymore, which I thought was really interesting. Oh, my legs are falling asleep. Modesty, bottom, 15 again. Heavy devil energy, heavy Saturn energy here. So we have abundance, spirit. The quality of spirit is in the emotional now. We're talking about this compassion. So the quality of spirit is in the emotional. Look at this. I can't make this stuff up. See that red and green? That soil, it coming together. Abundance. We have gate 55. Abundance is strictly a question of spirit. At any given point, spirit is not a matter of comparison, but just the wonder that the cup, life, exists at all. Wow. Spirit. That you can even replant yourself. That you're even here to do this, to create. How many of us sit and consider of being thankful and joyous? No, we're too caught up in trivial matters. Life, money, work, sex, lust, celebrity. What's real? Are you real? Don't you want to build something that's real for yourself? The two fives here, the two halves, the two hands working together. Again, everything here is about bringing the left and the right together. And it's a great change because it requires adjustment on both parts for Mars and Venus. But when they come together to work together, what a world, what a root, what a seed, you know? What a world. It's like, this is the world, the sun that's created between Mars and Venus here, the sun that they create together. An animal energy here. We have the buffalo and the rabbit. I was talking about within you. We have this energy here, this Eight of Pentacles energy, this strong strength. And the rabbit, spring, this. But I would think for me, you know, I'm just saying that, anyway, I would think of Yavanna from Tolkien, you know, she had created the trees. She loved the trees. When the trees were destroyed, and I don't remember the other ones, it's been a while since I've read them. But after the trees were destroyed and they had the wars and there was great devastation between Melkor and the Valar, the Anor, destroyed the earth, creation, and they would go and cry and weep. They spent long ages weeping with Telperion and Laurelin. And finally, they produced that flower, that last flower, which with the sun and moon were created from each. This compassion, this rabbit here, this quickness, fertility, a lot of fertile soil here. Venus and her earth energy, this earthy Taurus energy, earth Venus. Whatever you're going to create now after this experience is going to be very successful. Given that you learn the lessons and make the right choices, moving from a different place, moving from love, from compassion, because you know what it's like to have suffered. You have empathy. You can feel it from others. This Queen of Swords energy, this bat. There's a very loving energy. The Queen of Swords can love and does indeed love. But she will only love in truth. So make the right choices. And watch the world around you open up. And you will come into your abundance. We'll get final messages from spirits with the thought deck. Saw the Knight of Wands there. I always see the Knight of Wands as rising. It's very Jupiterian energy to me. Sagittarius. So watch that. Watch any temptation. What is temptating you? What is tempting you? Temper that with patience and adjustment of Venus, because it's the ability to be still and calm and cool. It's like running to stand still. Movement and no movement. Action and inaction. Moving from a balanced, truthful, honest place. So if something gets you and you're like, oh, I gotta do this right now. No. Calm. Oh, my little boy's dreaming up there. Dog. Best friend. Alright. Advice from Spirit, please. Final messages from Spirit. Four of Pentacles reverse popped up. Kind of jumped out. Okay. Four of Swords. What was I saying about that? If it makes you want to jump, take your time, relax, be calm. This is Moon in Aquarius energy. No, this is Saturn and Libra. Oh, what am I talking about? Saturn being exalted in Libra. Whew. Make better decisions in the future. Or 33. Balance. 12. Complete cycles. And the 12 is the 13. Very, very, very much being encouraged to move from a place of stillness. Embrace the adjustment, because look how calm she is. Nothing that you are going to say to her is going to knock her off of her poise. Not here. Because she's going to make the right choice. She's going to think before she acts. She's going to consider. Her sword is down. Sword is down. It's kind of where we want it to be, right? Wow. Oh no. Where are my sisters? Oh no. It's not a deep ice reading with all the sisters. They're across. Okay. Let's close with something else. We're doing something new, right? Edgewood's Oracle. Nature. That's appropriate because these are all herbs. Clarity. Wild rose. Stabilize on the bottom. So when you're showing up, right now is the Tower, your energy. Stabilize and clarity. Everything around you is supporting you to move through reason and logic and seeing things clearly. You have the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Sun, the Lover's card, Gemini, helping you make the best decision, supporting you in that, Spirit supporting you in that. Because in that card, the masculine energy is looking to the feminine, and the feminine energy is looking to Spirit. So moving with a healthy masculine within us, okay, that decides and chooses the healthy feminine within themselves, that is guided by Spirit, guided by logic, by truth. And they come together to build a healthy foundation to whatever structures are built upon that will not be destroyed. This Mars and Venus energy. To help you see clearly within yourself. Because if you don't see yourself clearly, you'll never be able to see others clearly. So, we have St. John's wort here. Stabilize, balance, you know. I hope that this helped you to see a little bit more clearly, and I support you in making the best decisions for yourself. I hope to see you again. Thank you for being here.